Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Black Girl Who Manifests. If you're new here, my name is Sasha, and on this channel, we talk about manifestation and African spirituality. So as you can see, I'm wearing all purple today. Well, mostly purple, just because, if you know anything about color magic, purple kind of gives you a heightened intuition, and it also gives you some kind of spiritual wisdom and protection as well. And I feel like these things are needed as I make this video today, because I'm talking about The Secret and, the book, the movie that came out years ago. I made a Threads post about this a couple of days ago, and it was quite controversial. Many people were offended, or many people had very differing opinions than mine. And essentially what I said was that The Secret was not for us. And in this video, I just want to expand more on what I meant and kind of give you some alternatives as well regarding The Secret and how it applies to people with African ancestry. Because as we all know, with ancestry comes culture, comes spirituality, and not everything that works for one ancestry would work for the other. So I want to come out and say my opinion based on this really popular book and movie. So as we know, back in the early 2000s, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, it blew up, right? There were movies, books, Oprah interviews, and you just could not escape it no matter where you looked. And it was all about the law of attraction. Think it, feel it, believe it, and it's yours. And honestly, in my own spiritual awakening years ago, it resonated with me. It felt so good. And, I was all in for quite a while. I was doing everything, the scripting, the visualizing, the manifesting, and really just doing everything they said. And it did work. I can't lie about that. It worked in a way. And I could also argue there were some parts of it where it felt like it was working, but it actually wasn't too. So I had my cultural awakening. If you're not sure what a cultural awakening is, I really recommend that you watch my previous video where I go into depth about that and define it too. And with that cultural awakening, I started reconnecting with our ancestral spirituality, African spirituality, African systems, and essentially the truth of who I am. And everything shifted. And with that shift, I also had a realization that The Secret doesn't work for me, for us. And so here's why. Number one, it ignores destiny. So in destiny terms, not everything you want is meant for you. Some things are not aligned with your purpose, and no amount of manifestation work can force that alignment. And that is just the truth. Our ancestors really understood divine timing rather than the ego of what we want, what's for me, what I like as mine. That was just not a thing. And manifestation nowadays, in modern terms, that's what it has become. And it's kind of sad because I feel like it makes us focus a lot on things and what we can attain and what we can achieve. And it takes the true spirituality out of manifestation too. So my second point is that it makes you hyper aware, like you have to police every single thought or else you'll manifest a disaster. And honestly, that is not spiritual. That is like mental warfare, right? Like, isn't that tormenting? Every bad thought you have will manifest. Every bad emotion you have will manifest. No. Honestly, it's not supposed to feel like fear. Manifestation is supposed to be fun, and it recognizes the nuance in emotions as well. If you have a bad day, everybody has bad days. You have a bad day, you have a bad emotion, a bad reaction, a bad feeling, right? Like, this is normal. It doesn't mean you're completely sidetracked, right? Of course, you need to get yourself back. You need to practice your affirmations and so on, but it doesn't mean that everything's ruined or you're going to create a disastrous life. No. And my third point is that it's rooted in a colonized mindset, of course. It teaches that everything you want is automatically yours and can be yours. There is no talk of community, no reciprocity of spirit, nothing. Just you and your desires alone. That's not how our people move. We moved with purpose, with guidance, with community. And it wasn't just about taking, right? It's also about being given and receiving, being chosen to fulfill certain destinies too. So a lot of the rhetoric I found in not only The Secret, but just the modern manifestation teachings is that, they're just so heavily based on consumerism, buying this, buying that, manifesting cars and houses and so on, and for yourself. But, they rarely talk about you manifesting for someone else, right? You can manifest for your mom. You can manifest for your future grandchildren. Like you can do all of these things, and we've lost that knowledge when it comes to the modern law of attraction, law of assumption teaching. So I will argue that controversial point. The Secret, it's helpful. I think it's a good starting point in terms of understanding how the mind works and how emotions work and how repetition works too when it comes to creating your life. But there are so many missing gaps that simply cannot be the only resource of information for us. So tapping into more African knowledge when it comes to destiny, I think is number one. And then also, learning more about the subconscious mind, of course, right? That's also number two, I would say. But also really unlearning and deprogramming some of the negative ways we were taught to manifest too, would also be a good starting point for us to continue this journey and continue to thrive and flex our manifestation muscles too. So yeah, I just wanted to keep this video really short. Below, I will put some book recommendations. I know some of you have been asking for those as well, some alternatives to The Secret. And yeah, continue to follow me where I will also dive deeper and give you guys some more advice, resources, tips, services to help you manifest the African way. So thank you so much for reaching this far of the video. I appreciate all of you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.